This is the relaxed movement. All right, let's see what the next one's like. folks. This little table doesn't fall off the bed. 52. How is everybody? I'm slowly getting a tan, look. You see the white line? I'm just constantly laying on my back. And I'm just out here. I used to wear a bathing suit, and I undid the back of it once, and I was laying on my stomach. I didn't get in trouble, but I got a little nice, calm, quaint reminder not to do that, because there are kids on the playground, which makes sense. But I mean, there weren't even any kids on the playground then. It's not like kids were running all over. We have a little bit of a grassy area. We do have a pool, which, by the way, I'm elated to say that I can film on this little tablet that my son had in the past, and then he has an iPad now, so I kept this, and I did not think I did not think I could go all the way to the clubhouse and the entrance and film. I didn't even think I could film outside of the house. So I am able to carry this with me when I go places and film, and then just show it by this way. So let me say hi to you guys. All I filmed was, I think I was already down the steps. Didn't want to show too much of the apartment, building we're in, the sidewalk down, and the swimming pool. And because too, then you guys will see that I'm in a pretty nice place. I'm in the nicest one in my town, in Bellingham. And there's only 2 others that have a pool. But you do have to, since the sea disease and stuff, have a special number. And Shaylin and I, we just kind of go to the beach and parks and lakes and stuff and let the kids be down there. They really enjoy it and like it. I wish I had filmed the hot tub that's there, but I don't know if it's even in there. I was just getting the pool. There was one lady sitting in is it called a chaise lounge or just a lounge chair? And I didn't want her to think I was filming her, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure I didn't get her in it. But let me say hello. Hi, Mary Jane Doe. Hi, Cassie Thompson. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. And hello, Barack Obama. With whose face I don't know. That's probably you, rapper, huh? And Onion Powder said the same thing, so it's definitely rapper. Yeah. So thanks for being here. I'm on my next chapter in my book, and I do not read, the whole thing or anything like that. But I'm going to show this first. And see, I put little lily pads on there. And I'm just really excited because I have just a little flip phone. And now I don't need to get the big phone thing. So here it is. There's no sound. It's just me walking. I don't say there's this, because honestly, I didn't think it was going to film. I didn't think I'd have Wi-Fi out there. I still don't quite understand it. It doesn't work on my iPad. And I can't even check the browser. Well, I can check the browser, but I can't even, I'm in shock is what I am. So here it is. There's no sound. It's just a picture. It's only maybe 2.5 minutes long. And yeah, it was a nice day. And this was 2 days ago that I filmed this. It was Rapper. Hi, Rapper. I hope you're doing good. See, it worked. Try to keep it still. You guys see that? I just couldn't believe it. I was watching and walking. So that's, the parking lot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's still working. And now I'm like completely out of the building because I don't have a lot of data or anything. I know, thumbs up. You guys don't know how excited I am. And so I walked all the way to the clubhouse. See? That's just one stretch. And on the other side, there's more houses. So I come up here. Okay, those are the mailboxes. Right in front there, where that blue, right there, that's a whole little mailbox place where we get our mail that they built with a nice covering. And yeah. So I showed my daughter, I said, don't worry, I didn't show like right where we live or anything. No, there was no volume because I didn't talk. Oh, now you can hear the wind. Hear it? Little bit of wind. There's the pool. And see a lady. I went in between the cars because I didn't want her to think I was filming her on the left. So I looked straight in between the cars. There's the pool. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. So now I'm heading up, see, right to the very end, and then I'll turn the camera and film the entrance of I almost said where I live, for God's sakes, of the apartment complex. There it is. That's the entrance. So it's pretty nice. And now I'm going back. I'm in utter shock that I'm able to film. I know. And I think I turned it off right there. Oh my God. So yeah. So you guys have a little bit of a clue, what the area is like here. I've lived here since 2001, and the place was built in 2 years before that would be 1999. Yeah. Yeah, I had the volume up. I don't know if you heard the hi LBI228. I should have talked, but I heard the wind and everything's fine. So pretty excited about that. I might even in August go to the kids festival, even though it's for kids. I mean, adults go too, and you'll see all the incredible things they put on. A little bit of rock climbing and bubble blowing and making homemade little wooden tops. They're right there. And what else do they have? They used to have free hot dogs and all that. I think they have free lemonade. They give candy and pencils and erasers and toothbrushes, and they have a little massage area for the adults. And every year I would go with my kids. And now, of course, they're grown, 29 and 21. But I went not last year, but the year before that. The hair on my arm that's tickling me. By myself and filmed with my phone, my little flip phone, but that's bigger. Hi, Amanda Elizabeth. Hi there. I know. I'm tickled pink, like you guys just don't even know. Because like Team Rose can show her pretty areas, right? And her flowers and her grass outside and just give you a sense, and I'm like stuck just in this room or in the living room or whatever. So now the camera doesn't need Wi-Fi to film, says Mary Jane Doe. That's really nice. Well, I maybe I was trying to do YouTube. Maybe I wasn't filming. I thought I tried filming once with my big iPad. But the thing about this, of course, right, is because it's a tablet, it's smaller. And I don't have this big, right? So I'm really, really happy with this. So anyway, I'll film the Kids Festival. And in fact, I'm going to bring this with me tomorrow to Lodell Donovan. We're having new closet doors put in, and then I should be able to ride my bike and be able to get out there. And I'm hoping my daughter will wait and go with me. I bought some cherries the other day. Boy, they're expensive, you guys. I mean, $6 for a pound of the red Washington ones, and or Bing, maybe they're called Bing cherries, and then the Rainier are $8 a pound. So I got just this many, and it was about $8 or $9, but I wanted to get something special. What are you recording on just the camera? Who said that? Mary Jane Doe. Okay. Yeah, so hi everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the hearts and the love and the thumbs up and the flowers. And the this is boring. It's okay. It actually is boring for younger folk. You know, this channel might be boring now for younger folk, but I had a stress-induced heart attack in April, and I've got to slow down a little. My programs they're just different now. And my life is different in a way. I mean, I can still ride my bike and be active, and I haven't tried jogging the boardwalk yet. I haven't done that in a couple of years. I can walk it easily, and I can walk to the store and stuff, but so yeah. So you guys, it's 7:30 here, 10:30 East Coast, and things like that. Of course, I turned the news on, and I feel really sorry for all those Latinos and other heritages in LA. They have people detained, including children, down in what is like in this detention center in LA. That's like a basement, like a dungeon. There's children down there. They must be so scared. And some of them haven't had showers in days, things like that. So, I think it's really sad. It doesn't matter really if you're a Republican or a Democrat. We have to have some compassion. That could be any of us. I just happen to be 80% Norwegian and born in South Dakota. Okay, I'm not dark-skinned or whatever, having to worry about getting in my car or going to the store or going to school. I mean, a kid was detained and handcuffed and everything, I believe, in Massachusetts 2 days ago. People are outraged. This ICE stuff is out of fucking control. And I feel like, I'm not supposed to talk about politics, but I'm going to say this. I feel like Trump is just trying to trump one on everybody. This isn't a goddamn chess game. This isn't The Apprentice. These are people's lives. And when people say he's xenophobic, I frankly believe it. I believe it now. And being as nutty, you guys, I literally heard it out of his mouth on the news. Him saying, I'll give any woman, right, of age, whatever, $5,000 to populate the U.S. or whatever. Like he's offering money to women to have a baby. It's freaking weird. And he has the nerve to call everybody else crazy. Putin, on Twitter. He's crazy. And now Musk, who I do think is crazy. I mean, the guy does ketamine, mushrooms, and ecstasy. And frankly, that's probably why he has 13 or 14 babies. I mean, he's got a lot of children out there. What, just because he's the richest man in the world? I frankly don't think he is. I'm going to say it right here. I think there's kings and queens out there, not queens, kings in other countries that are probably richer than he is. I don't know. I didn't know I was going to go on a rant about all this stuff, but I'm irritated and I'm sickened by, and apparently at least a couple hours ago or whatever, when I was eating supper and watching this, it was just a peaceful march. But you bet your bottom dollar, people start trying to get into you can't push your way into some detention center or nothing like that. I mean, they arrested in New Jersey, I believe it was the mayor of New Jersey was arrested was that 3 weeks or a month ago? And I'm pretty sure he's out now, but he was in there a few days. And they were told, him and other people, and even a few members of Congress, they were told they could view the detention center inside. And then when they got there, they were denied. And that's why they were pushing through and acting the way they were. But then again, you don't want to do that. You're going to get arrested, but they were invited there. It's not like they just showed up. Now this thing in LA, I'm in Washington State, so it's, a big state down from me over here. I don't know, was this planned for a couple of days or a week? I didn't know anything about it. But different people were just, men and women, actually. I saw 4 people speak before it ended. Went up to this microphone and just vented. Now, the thing is, and I don't agree with this, is they're calling the cops in LA, these people, pigs. And they're doing that because they're really angry and really upset about all this ICE stuff. Now, I know people are right now on the other side of this going, well, they shouldn't be over here in the first place illegally. Well, one guy, when he spoke, made a lot of sense. He said there were 3 different things that happened that weren't legal. But he said that still happened. And now I can't remember even one of them, what on earth they were. And that's part of my memory ever since my stroke 4 years ago. And now this little Takotsubo, right? Stress-induced stupid little heart attack. I forget words. My memory's great. Literally, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I can remember things, and I can remember people's names and stuff, but I can't, just sort of sometimes basic words escape me, And, I am going to be 63 in tomorrow is June 7th because it's 7:36 here. So in 20 days, and we're probably going to go up to Menchie's and have it's really cold, intense ice cream with all these toppings. And there's just cake, one called cake, and coffee, and of course vanilla and bubble gum, and all. There's so many to choose from. It's a little expensive. They weigh your cup, right? And by the time you put the nuts and the strawberries and I don't know, do you guys have a place like that? This one's called Menchie's, Menchis. They give you a little card you can have stamped, and they got cute little spoons, and hopefully it's not gosh darn raining that day. But yeah, I'm getting I'm going to just say this right here, okay? You guys, I hope she hears this. And I'm starting to take offense, and I'm going to say something because I will be 63 in June. And Jimmy didn't seem to mind that I was 61 back then, and I was co-host, and that he and I, were friends. And I'd like to think we still are. But the thing is, I'm so tired of her, instead of just saying like older ladies, when she gets upset with a group of women for whatever reason, she calls us old ladies. PJ, could you please stop? Could you at least say older instead of old ladies? And honestly, you'll be in your 60s someday. If you make it. Bottom line, if you make it. None of us are guaranteed an extra day. And I've been hearing this for 2 years off and on. And the last time was just a few days ago in one of her morning lives. And I'm so tired of it. Those old ladies. We're not old ladies. We're wise, we're mature, and our number is higher than yours. But I'm 20 years older than you, and I don't look too bad. I took care of myself. I still take care of myself. The reason I have these heart issues is it's genetic on my dad's side. But don't think you're invincible. Nobody's invincible to heart disease and high cholesterol and cancers. The more weight people weigh, the higher your risk is of cancer. That's just a fact. So, you want to watch things you eat at least now and then, and Jimmy's the one that came right out and said before he got on something about the horse, my fat ass on the horse. I've never known him to have a fat ass, but if he literally thinks he's fat anywhere, then yeah, he's probably being facetious, a little sarcastic, but the thing is, he is obviously a little concerned, because I'm telling you, the older you get, the harder it is to lose weight. Because your metabolism slows down. So, he looks fine and everything, but I'm just saying, like, he can't just eat whatever he wants anymore. And I don't know if he does, but I don't know. I hope he's getting a little fruit and some veggies in there somewhere. I don't know if he likes a salad. But yeah, if you could at least call us ladies, PJ, if you could call us older ladies even. If you have to use the word old, I've heard it off and on since I called in Dolly Vision, and it's just demeaning. It's demeaning. And I have no regrets that I've said this. I'm speaking for all the women out there that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s that watch Dolly Vision, that care about him, that give money to his show. And, he's the producer of his show, period. We all know that. He makes the decisions. And he's doing incredibly well for himself. And I'll say right here, you guys, help him get to he's up to 66 now, help him get to his 67,000. Yeah. And then hopefully he will get to 100,000 by wintertime. You never know. and he can get that plaque. He deserves it. So, yeah. So anyway, the chat does not move on its own on StreamYard. I have to take my finger and scroll up. There's Sean B. Hi. Mary Jane's going to walk her dog in a few. Aussie True Crime. Hi. Hey, my beautiful friends. Hello. Let's see. Oh, Mary Jane, I've seen news articles of ICE raids locally. Hi, Ann P. Hi there. Hello, MS0426. Yeah, I mean, they kind of started, right, in Colorado or something to a lot of the Venezuelans, and then it just trickled down to, boy, if you're not an American, frickin' watch out. It's a bunch of bullshit. It is. America is people from all kinds of countries, and I looked up the 12 countries that aren't allowed, the people from those countries that aren't allowed to come over here, starting at noon, I guess, this Monday. So now what? These different fathers who work over there or mothers are hopping on planes this last weekend so they could be with family? I mean, who knows? But I looked, and it's things like, or places like Cuba, Sudan, Myanmar. It's 3. See if I can even remember them. Afghanistan. Gosh. No, there's not 12. There's 12, 30, 40, 50. There's 12 plus 4 or 5 more. Oh, gosh, you guys, I can't even remember. But if you look it up, they'll show you a map. And yeah. Now, I'm going to say this about politics, you guys. I think because our president is pissed off at the Chinese president, okay, this is really why. Deep down, he'll never admit it, he's going after all these, Chinese students. He's pissed. He's trying to show, what's his name? Not Wei Jingking. I don't even know his name. But the guy in China who's boss. So now he's going to these colleges, some very prestigious colleges and not so prestigious, and just boom, you don't have a visa, you're gone. I mean, it's just, what a way to live. Life is hard enough. So pissed. This is like kind of a venting thing. And the topic is beyond hatred to a non-contentious heart. I'd like to have a non-contentious heart. But, I don't know. It's so crazy. So we have a Sydney Fahrenheit. I think you've been in here before, right? Glad to see how well you're doing after your medical event. You look beautiful as ever. Keep going, Tina. That's so sweet. Thanks so much. Well, I know I don't look too bad. If I did, I wouldn't dare be up here. You know what I mean? I don't have a filter on. This is me. I'm getting more freckles. Boy, I looked up close when I came in today, and I just got freckles. Not that many up here, but I don't mind them. They give me a little color. Stiggy. Found under. What? Military intelligence confirmed that over 8,000 trafficking children have been rescued. 500,000 out of Obama and Biden's that crossed. Did I say 5,000? 500,000 out of Obama and Biden's across the border missing children have been rescued, found under the. Well, good. But there's also some out there that never did get reunited with their families. God knows where they are. Thank you, Stiggy. Yeah, I'll be 63 in 20 days. Don't tell me I'm that quite yet. I mean, it's weird. Like when I turned 50, it didn't faze me, or 55. 60 was a little bothersome, right? It's a whole new, but then you start maybe having health issues or whatever, and you don't really care what number you are. But I don't appreciate being called old lady. Like, why not older women? Or why not some class to her words? It's just irritating. And it's not like one time. And, I'm not going to go back to one of her morning programs, 2 or 3. You guys can watch them and you'll hear it. Nearest one by me is in Canada. What, the ice thing? What was I even talking about up here? MD, you're a very good woman. Yes, don't take offense. People are lucky enough to get old. Well, yeah. Stiggy, I was called an old granny and I'm hot. That's right, I remember. You were like being called something up on Jimmy's. Sydney, hey now, Dolly Vision is behind you. You have evolved to become more beautiful and knowledgeable over the years. No one good judges you. That's really sweet of you to say. He is behind me. And I'm not going to say why or how I know. And I'm not going to say, the last time we spoke or anything like that. Or anything like that. But, he brought joy into my life. When things were, well, it was right after my 8-year, breakup with Darren. And, Jimmy needed a triple bypass. They should be grateful over there. Yeah, I just don't want him to, just, eat to the point or eat the wrong foods that it affects his heart. I mean, the other reason I'm talking about it is I got all this paperwork before my cardiac rehab on June, I think it's 13th, it's on the calendar, and I had to fill out how often I have cheeseburgers. And it wasn't just red meat, steaks, and sausage and hot dogs, and sandwiches with beef. And then another one was cold cuts. And another one was nothing about pasta. I was surprised, but fried foods, right? Like, whatever. And I was very, very honest. And I'll tell you, it wasn't that bad because even when I cooked that stuff, including the pizzas, sometimes I won't have any or I'll have a sliver. Now, do I eat perfect? No. I had a powdered berry or whatever jelly-filled donut just yesterday, and the day before you get 6 in 1, so we each had one. But do I watch my fat content? Hell yeah. I haven't had whole milk, oh my gosh, since before my stroke. I'd say a good 8 years. And we're not talking 2%. 2% has, well, I heard this on the news. It has almost as much fat as whole milk. So you need 1% or fat-free. But what you really need is fat-free. And that's what I get. And you get used to the taste after a while, Yeah, it's like you have to cut everything out of your diet, introduce things one at a time. Oh, Stiggy, we are seasoned. Okay, see, I never heard that until YouTube and stuff. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I'm going to put this up. Thank you for advocating for us old girls. Yeah. I mean, we're still female. We're just, our numbers are higher. And frankly, I've been in my prime for a long time. I have a lot more freedom with myself and my body and confidence and all of that, definitely, than my 20s and 30s. And, you know, granted, I was 33 when I had a baby and then 41 when I had one, but you know who you are. You know what you'll put up with. You know what you'll allow yourself to go through, and you really know the dangers out there. And you know, I probably pissed some people off when I talked last time about saying, you know, the likelihood of familicide and, you know, the families getting annihilated in America because we have access to so many uh, firearms. Is set you're 7 times more likely to be pew-pewed at home if you have one hanging around the house, period. Now, I guess you can have locks. Is it locks on the clips? Or let's see, you can have trigger locks and you can have locks. And I read some other stuff because I don't know anything about GUNSs and I don't have one and I don't plan on getting one. I just don't. But 7 times higher. And then it was on my friend and messenger that I've known since 1991. I went to her thing in Facebook and looked at that. Boy, you guys, it showed us in cages and animals. I don't know. The animals were in charge, and it showed like what we do to animals. Like it was rather distressing. I almost wish I didn't see it, but it showed all these men's faces sticking through these little wires with their tongues and teeth eating seed or whatever over and over again because they can't move, like ducks or chickens or whatever go through. That was distressing. And it showed this pig one, and it just showed all kinds of things. And basically, it was saying maybe were the animals the way we treat uh, the food chain type deal. And I was just like, oh my God. In fact, I couldn't even look at the whole thing. I looked at like 6. And anyway, right after that, all these different police cam things came up. And there was this domestic violence one down in Georgia because they automatically arrested the father. He was having, they didn't say the name or anything, and that's a good thing. The father was having, what are they called? Edibles and those kinds of things sent to him. And the wife, who was in the process of divorcing, was like, I don't want this in the house. And he hit her phone out, pinned her to the couch, and hurt her leg to where there's a sharp pain, and she has some scratches on her arm. And he acted oblivious when the cops talked to him. Anyway, he got arrested for battery, and yeah, because he hit the phone out because she was trying to film this so that she could say, look, this is why I want a divorce, or why part of the reason. And he didn't want to be filmed. And he said, we have an agreement with this. And I don't know what's true, but then he's going, Marjorie or whatever, what's going on here? And then she's crying, going, I don't want him arrested. I don't want him arrested. But she didn't know what to do. She was like the typical abused housewife. I mean, that's what I went through with my daughter's dad. I had to call the police because I'm getting, hurt. I won't get into details. And then when they went to, handcuff him and take him, I was like, no, I don't want that to happen. Well, they don't mess around in this state, Washington State. They do not. And apparently not in Georgia. The courts and the whole whatever in that state, they do the, automatic restraining order and all this kind of stuff. And that's what they do here. And in a way, it's good because otherwise the woman may not learn. If you're getting hurt or held like this against the wall or whatever, and then the cops come and there's no consequences, then, right? Why did they even come there? And I don't know how many other states have automatic laws like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Stiggy, I'm a hot babe, old granny. They could look so good on my worst day. You're so funny. Sydney. Love deeply, forgive quickly, and access denied unless you truly change. Access denied. Oh my God. Onion Powder says to Mary Jane, can you let me out of the basement? Yeah, Menchie's, MS0426. Well, I mean, Tina, you are not an old lady. Your facial features are ageless. Whoever said this about you is not looking so good. PJ didn't say it directly about me. It's just some women that she has a problem with or contentious or don't, like what I hear a lot is, I don't necessarily know, but I'm right type thing. And I can't even remember what the topic was, but I was just like, oh, for the love of God, old ladies again. It's like, it's hurtful. And like I said, my birthday's, in 20 days. And, God, I've already had a little stroke and a heart attack. And I'm pretty damn fit. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. I'm flat telling you. Onion powder. He put stingy. He meant stiggy. Stingy and Rose are after you, Tina. Ban them. Oh, Tina, I sent you a video about a very tiny piece that goes in your heart. Heals, no surgery, dissolve. I sent it to you on Messenger. Well, I don't want to take anything or do anything that I don't want to, that I don't need. I don't have any blockage, probably because, I'm on rosuvastatin and, yeah, by the way, Trump is on that. I used to be on advertistatin or whatever, but it was causing some pain in the top of my legs. Not right away. Good year and a half later, so he switched me. Oh, we are not getting older. We're getting better. Oh my God, what's wrong with milk now? Yeah, that's way back. Eat a Mediterranean diet, fish only. I don't like fish. Never liked it. Okay, I've had, someone's homemade tuna casserole is good, if I don't make it, or even tuna fish salad if I have to be pretty hungry though. I just don't like it. It swims. I can't eat something that swims. No other meat. Most healthy, most of all, take care of mental health. Put the past behind you, find joy, live happy in your heart. Thank you for sharing with us. Thanks so much. That's really sweet. And thank you for all the hearts and the hats. I feel like I'm in my 40s and you're in your 70s, said Stiggy. Oh. Okay, Aussie True Crime said that's why I love the, the GUN laws in Australia. Yeah, you guys are lucky. I mean, it came in my email, and I talk about it a lot because I signed up way back so I'd have some things to talk about on Dolly Vision when I was his co-host. I mean, that was, 2 years ago or a year and a half or whatever it was. I signed up to People True Crime, and oh my gosh, in where now? I believe it was North Carolina, and I can't remember what part, but it just looked like this quiet little road, with little houses and not many and lots of trees and all this. Anyway, a 9-year-old little girl, while she was sleeping, because there was a damn drive-by, which somebody said there are shootings now and then in that area, but not a drive-by, got pew-pewed in the head through the house. The bullet went through. Now, on another page, they showed, what she looked like. She's this cute little African-American 9-year-old little girl. And now she's on a ventilator and everything, fighting for her life. And, okay, it's none of you in chat, and it didn't happen to me or my family. But they're so out of damn control, you guys. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk things into existence, and I don't think I am, but I could go to 7-Eleven to get a gosh darn Slurpee or something, and there could be a robbery. And it just, there's just so much innocent people getting literally KILLED with these firearms. And then right after that, this, I think he was 19, was at a house party. And of course, everyone was drinking. It was about 11 at night. They said there was about 15 people there. I believe this was in Michigan. I think it was just a week ago or so. This guy was downstairs. Someone was upstairs. And instead of trying the gun once, the GUN was shooting over and over and over down there. And he got it right in the face or the head and died, this other kid. So now, his lawyer is saying it's accidental, but the lawyer for the family of the deceased young college kid, or is it high school? No, it's college. They showed a college campus. Said no, maybe it's not intentional, but it was shot over and over and over and over again. So that's not really considered an accident to the family, and I don't blame them. I mean, you're going to be that darn reckless? That's the thing. People are so reckless. So many people don't lock them up. So many people, I mean, kids are watching you. Kids are watching you and listening, even when you don't think they are. Yeah. Stiggy's an animal activist, and I hate it. You know, yesterday I didn't want to see the pictures. They show pictures now of animals being tormented, and I can't see it. Like, just talking about it, I get a little choked up. And I found myself yesterday when they were saying donkeys were getting skinned or whatever the hell. I just passed right over it. I was like, I can't sign one more thing about animals. And then I felt guilty. I was like, well, what if everybody had that attitude or felt what I'm probably going to have to go back, literally, after talking about it right now. And hit the automatic fill, you know. I didn't want to see, you know, because they remember they used to just talk about it. Now they have little videos you can watch, or they just show like a picture of an animal in this weird machine. It's horrible. Aw, that's nice, Sydney. Oh yeah. Hi, 22 of you in the lilac bushes or fields. Um, Tina, you're a good friend to us in the bushes. I can relate to your life and sharing most. I feel your warmth, compassion, and innocence. Thank you for continuing your heartfelt lives. That's so sweet. They are heartfelt, and they're real, and they're raw. And I never chose the name PCT as extreme. Jimmy said that over on Dolly Vision. He said, here's PCT as extreme. And I thought, you know, X and then stream, STREAM. I thought it's catchy. I like that. So, thank you for saying that. It's very nice. Some states don't with DV. Sydney, I'm going to donate to shelters to help the black animals adopted because people are superstitious. Oh my gosh. That is true. I mean, almost all of my cats are like, well, they're not black, but like even Rain, the kitten, or the kittens are a year and a half or a little over now. He's got gold flecks, not even specks, flecks all through, and it matches the color of his eyes. And it's just so unique how the daddy kitty Ginger has these ginger colors, stripes on Tulip's lower leg, you know. And oh, you're so funny. Stiggy says, Tina, you will have a soulmate approach you. So you will be romantically involved. Well, I mean, yeah. The thing is, if I don't have like a life mate, I'm okay, and I'll be okay. And I never thought that in my 40s, and I never thought that, certainly not in my 30s. You find older / younger / older you get, that what you can handle in life, you know. And I don't have to have a man in my life to define myself. And I used to, like most women, you know. Thank you for saying that, though. Gee, I don't know where on earth that would happen. I don't really go anywhere except maybe a beach or park or the store or the AA hall. I haven't been to the AA hall in a week and a half. I had all those appointments last week. And Mary Jane Doe is a black cat. Rapper come here? Is he Jimmy's rapper? Yeah, he's the rapper that goes everywhere. He goes to Leanie's. He's got so many accounts. So many accounts. You're funny, Stiggy. What you see is what you get. Hot babes. You're really funny. Rapper is all over the true crime crama channels. Stiggy, 1-800 Hot Babes. Oh, you're so funny. Are you stoned, Stiggy? Tina on Hot Babe Island. Hell yeah. You're really funny. Do you do edibles? Are you like overly relaxed right now? Are you token? You and Team Rose like to toke a little. I don't know how I'd be. If I toked a little, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'd be. That gal that lost her 3 kids has raised over $1 million. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kelly. Kelly from Seattle. That's so cool. You're 2 hours from me. Wow. Wow. That whole thing is so sickening. I read in my email thing that, bags, right? Asphyxiation bags, I'm assuming plastic bags, whatever, were used in these 3 unalivings and zip ties. So then I'm going, okay, did he literally like frighten them like that? And I mean, the whole thing is frightening. He probably did the 9-year-old first because she's stronger and bigger and older. It's just, I mean, oh my God, I just thought of this. If they're zip tied to somewhere, maybe they saw it all happen before it happened to them. Oh my God, you guys, this is just, honestly, it's almost worse than the Chad Dorman because those two, well, no, I'd say it's neck and neck because that one boy was running for his life from his own dad in the field, right? The little one was in the mom's arms or something when it got pew-pewed. And the other one, I think, died instantly, didn't he? But I'd rather, if it's going to happen, like get it over with, not suffocating. It's just, I don't know. Oh, wow. Oh, Stiggy, it's not the GUNSs, it's who gets them. I mean, why can't there be rules and regulations, just like there is for having a darn cigarette or having a drink? Okay, I know there's a few now, or there was, and then Trump came into office, and maybe they're wiped off the planet now. What kind of rules and regulations there were, I don't know. You know, but watch, you guys, watch. Every month there's a school shooting somewhere. I mean, we're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. The one in Alaska. There was one in Marysville, which is an hour and a half from here, where my son's friend used to go to high school. There's one down in, I think it was Oklahoma or Kentucky or something. There was, we got the big Florida mass shooting. I'm trying to think of how many high schools. But then there's middle school. Okay, and so then remember that elementary school with all those kids? If the guy wasn't able to get a pew-pew of mass destruction, do you think he would have been able to pew-pew and MURDER? I don't know. I can't remember how many kids. They were just Uvalde. Is that in Colorado? I can't even remember what state it's in. This is what I mean. So I don't want to share the wrong information and all that. You guys know what I'm talking about, the Uvalde Elementary School. One child or one teacher, one person walking down the street or in a store is bad enough. But when people can walk around with weapons of mass destruction, there's something wrong with that. And I do think we should be able to arm ourselves. Okay, I do. I'm not against GUNSs. I never have been. But they're so prevalent. We are now having a new trend phenomena of, it's called American annihilation. We are. Nobody wants to really admit it, but we are. Where these disgruntled, men, for whatever reason, because 84% is men, doing, these crimes and then offing themselves after or whatever they're doing. Yeah. Due to, sicknesses, financial issues, a lot of times when the wife wants to leave him. And, on this camera that I saw with the father that said, hey, I didn't want you to film me. The daughter was holding her mother's hand like this and leaning on her shoulder. She reminded me of my daughter. And the mother was shaking, and she's like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this. And they're like, okay, where is he? He's in the den. And it was awful. And because this is so prevalent, my brain went, oh my gosh. Okay. I hope when she didn't really leave him, he did get charged with I'm just going to say it, just battery, which is bad. But, some of these men, they want revenge, or they don't want to go on without their family 24/7, or they don't want to pay that alimony or child support. And with this guy in Wenatchee, it's pronounced Wenatchee, not Wenatchee, not Wananachi. It was really kind of cute hearing different Southerners say Wenatchee and all this. It's Wenatchee. It's Indian, we've got Snoqualmie, we have Wenatchee, we have Kelly, help me out here. We've got Tulalip, we've got now I can't even think. Skokomish. We've got, I'm in Whatcom County. I mean, all these sort of Indian tribal names. Yeah. Sydney says, I'm 62 years old. Oh my gosh, you're exactly my age. Always looking for true love. Today I could care less. Wow, you're just like me. I have my pups and cat. Live debt-free, have a great job. I focus on my health and learning to be happy. Life is a journey. That's right. That's right. What state do you live in, Sydney? Out of curiosity. Well, you don't have to say, but have feelings and souls. Yes, Sydney. Animals have feelings and souls. Let's see. It's okay to get emotional. We need to get our feelings out. Oh, that's when I got all emotional. Okay, it's 8:21 and that was at 8:10. I'm 11 minutes behind. Sydney, my leg hurts. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. Thanks, Stiggy, for all the compliments. Glad I found a kindred soul. Yeah. Oh, Stiggy says, Tina, I don't take any drugs or medication. Well, that's good. I was just kind of, in a way, teasing, but in a way, serious too. Because it seems like almost everybody dabbles in that stuff so they can relax or if they have anxiety. And I get it, you know. Okay, shoot. I didn't want to even put that one up. I wanted to leave the old girls one up, and now it's way back. And now, oh dear. Do you guys have Menchie's out there? Menchie's. Ugh. There we go. That's what I want up there. When my program ends, look at my hair. I can fluff it. See, when it was cut, it was layered. See? All over. And I put a little purpley barrette in to go with my purple thing. Okay, where are we now? Let me get down here. And because so many people are talking about it, I don't think that father's alive. I don't think somebody that loved his kids at one time and has mental issues like that is and knows he will go to prison for life and even probably get the death penalty. Don't they have that in Washington State? I don't even know. I should know. I know they have the 3 strikes and you're out. I don't think he's still with us. And even though he has skills and stuff, if he's still over there in that area, it gets darn hot. Okay? That's Eastern Washington. It is 120 there when it's 80 here. Oh, thank you, Sydney. Tina, you run a great interactive live. It takes a lot of energy. You made YouTube a professional experience. Thank you. Well, and because of my stroke and my Takotsubo, which is another name for stress-induced heart attack I had in April, I'm trying to get on, what is it called? SSI. And also then my son will be able to have all of his back, so we'll see. So if I was getting super chats or even PayPal's or a Cash App, because I used to put that up, I could get a certain amount, but I don't know at this point how much I could even get. So yeah, I have lawyers in Oregon working on that. Oh, yeah. It's hard to listen to crimes against children. Truly heartbreaking. I've left YouTube because of the coverage, drama to trauma. Yeah, and that's why, this book, The Wise Heart, because it affects your body, by Jack Cornfield. What you do, what you talk about, what you watch, the people you surround yourself with, and listening to all this day in and day out depressing stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, Stiggy. I'm going to get an ugly woman to marry me, that's all. Oh, who needs to be married? Tina, distraction is action. Remember that. What? Mary Jane Doe at 8:16. That was a while back. She couldn't find her leash. Sydney, 24 in chat. I have 22 in the lilac fields. Geez. Hi, Truth Seeker. Hello. I say it like that kind of more intensely than some of the other names because I know you're going through, some medical issues. And yeah, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Let's see you smile and sing, says Stiggy. Yeah, I could, one of these days, I could do karaoke myself, like have just a little singing thing myself. But, but it has to be karaoke because if it isn't, then I'll get in trouble. Truth Seekers in Ohio. It's been a long recovery, she says. Truth Seeker. Tina, you should do your hair wild looking. Well, you'll make a beautiful cake for me, Stiggy. Your birthday is the 10th. Oh, June 10th is Stiggy's birthday. Well, happy early birthday. You're a Gemini and have green eyes. You're Italian and Irish. That's really neat. I don't have any Italian, but I have a smidgen of Irish and Dutch and Polish and Scot. And then the other 80% is Norwegian. That's what my grandma told me. And I believe her. Oh my goodness. Sydney says, I found in the past when life was hard, I turned to YouTube for anonymity, hoping to find a friend. It hurt me. Looking back, these creators wanted my money. They were not my friends. Yeah. I know you just don't know. Hi, Cat Swan. I loved your hair when it was longer, too. Thank you. Sydney, you're a very good woman and you have a beautiful soul and you are an animal lover, says Stiggy. Tina, things will change. You will see. Stiggy, I am a blonde-haired, brown-eyed German. The key to being a showstopper is confidence. Walk with pride. Live a life with barriers, says Sydney. Yes. Stiggy says, Tina, I will pick you up in my flying car and we will go visit Team Rose and pick her up. I mean, that's the thing. It would be really neat to meet people in real life, women, some women in real life. Let's make June 10th a live night for Stiggy. I will be there for her. Yeah. Sydney, you're good looking in the heart and out, I am sure. I'll make a note of it on my calendar and hope to goodness I don't have I'm just going to say it, a rotten day or a really hard day with issues or whatever. My ex was very sober, I guess, and called my son today and was talking to him, having a good discussion. And I didn't get involved. I don't go in the room. I don't anything. But apparently, he asked Parker to ask me if I needed anything. And I declined. I just said, no, I'm okay. Because I no longer trust. And like we can let our guard down, but as soon as I do, I'll be hurt again. A flying car is $5,000. That's all? Tina, I'll be your spiritual advisor. Mary Jane Doe, good. You guys are funny. Well, okay. Thanks everyone for being here. How nice. I'm going to turn my camera off and read my little parts that I outlined in the Wise Heart book. Chapter is Beyond Hatred to a Non-Contentious Heart. And I'd meet you girls. I will be in Rhode Island on the 18th of June. Maybe we can plan a meeting in the center of your west-east coast divide. That would be so cool. I don't know, like, okay, came in on my email, and ever since the sea disease, there have been a lot of weird airplane happenings, like on the plane with weird mentally ill people and stuff, and a flight attendant was grabbed out of her seat and dragged down the aisle, and the plane had to divert back. And that's just one of many. And, you know, I'm a little nervous about flying anymore, or I'm more nervous about flying than, let's see, it'll be 2 years this August since I've flown. Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Thanks, Diggy. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off. And say the disclaimer. I don't know if I can just say it or if it has to be put in chat. I should look it up, I guess, by now. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachings, scholarship, and research. All right. Beyond hatred to a non-contentious heart. Okay. There is pleasure and pain, gain and loss, slander and honor, praise and blame. The awakened ones are not controlled by these external things. They will cease as quickly as they arise. If others speak against you, do not be angry, for that will prevent your own inner freedom. Learn to bear their harsh words patiently until they cease. Similarly, if they praise you, find out what is false or true and acknowledge the facts. To learn about anger and how it gives rise to hatred and aggression, we're to look unflinchingly at our own experience whenever it arose. The instructions were to start small. He wanted us to notice the initial movement of aversion, the sense of dissatisfaction, resentment, and judgment as we went through the day. How does it arise? Is it caused by outer things or by habit, bodily instincts, a story in the mind? Along with anger and fear, I learned the ways of the inner critic, the judging mind. The nature of hate. Aversion, anger, and hatred are states of mind that strike against experience, pushing it away, rejecting what is presented in the moment. They do not come from without. This insight is a reversal of the ordinary way we perceive life. We believe Outer problems attack us. Things are wrong and people misbehave, causing our hatred and suffering to arise. But however painful our experiences may be, they are just painful experiences until we add the response of aversion or hatred. Only then does suffering arise. If we react with hatred and aversion, these qualities become habitual, like a distorted autoimmune response. Our misguided reaction of hatred does not protect us. Rather, it becomes the cause of our continued unhappiness. If we cling to anger or hatred, we will suffer. It is possible to respond strongly, wisely, and compassionately without hatred. Only through a deep understanding of anger and hatred and aggression, they are universal energies, archetypal forces that cause immense suffering in the world. Their source must be traced in the depths of our human hearts, and then we will discover an amazing truth, that with compassion, with courage, and dedicated effort, we can meet the aggressive forces, and these energies can be transformed. But the fact that aggression, anger, and aversion are built into our universal heritage is only the starting point. After we learn how to face them directly, to see how they arise and function in our life, we must take a revolutionary step through the profound practice of insight, through non-identification and compassion. We reach below the very synapses and cells and free ourselves from the grasp of these instinctive forces. With dedication, we discover it is possible to do so. Aversion and anger almost always arise as a direct reaction to a threatening or painful situation. If they are not understood, they grow into hatred. As we have seen, pain and loss are undeniable parts of human life. When our experience is one of pain, hurt, loss, or frustration, our usual habit is to draw back in aversion or strike out in anger, to blame or run away. Like pain, fear is the other common predecessor to anger and hate. Fear of loss, of hurt, of embarrassment, of shame, of weakness, of not knowing. When fear arises, anger and aversion function as strategies to help us feel safe, to declare our strength and security. In fact, we actually feel insecure and vulnerable, but we cover this fear and vulnerability with anger and aggression. We do this at work, in marriage, on the road, in politics, in our relationships. A fearful situation turns to anger when we can't admit we are afraid. We can train ourselves to live with mindfulness, to meet fear and pain with wisdom instead of with the habits of aversion and anger. When a painful or threatening event arises, we can open our eyes to it. When we learn to bear our own pain and face our own fears, we will no longer blame and inflict it on others. With mindfulness, instead of reacting, we can respond with spacious clarity, purpose, firmness, and compassion. A wise response includes whatever action, fierce at times, is the most caring toward life, our own and others. Imagine a healthy mind as one that is free from entanglement in any level of hatred. At first, this might seem impossible, an idealistic attempt to impose decorum on our innately aggressive human nature. But freedom from hatred is not spiritual repression. It is wisdom in the face of pain and fear. So there's unhealthy reactions, which is aversion. So that's all forms of resisting experience, which is anger, hatred, aggression, fear, judgment, and blame. And then there's the healthy response, which is non-contention, which brings freedom and clarity with experience, not resisting it. You have mindfulness, connectedness, compassion, concern, strength, and fearlessness. I'm just peeking at the chat. Oh my gosh, Sydney, I needed to hear this. God brought me here tonight. I have many enemies. My job brings them, and perhaps past life agreements. Great reading, Tina. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I was hoping this book would resonate with someone. You know, I need it too. I'm going through things with my son's ex, not so much my daughter's ex. I could still harbor great resentment, right, for being with both of these men for 8 years and things not working out, and then Darren for 8 years. But, for one, if you love someone, truly love them, and want them to be happy, if they want to go, even if it's with someone else, and in Darren's case, it was someone that was younger at his job that, she liked him, he apparently liked her, but he just didn't act on it, thank God, until he broke up with me. But, you let him go. You let him go. But that's not easy in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s when you feel like you can't be alone or you can't live alone. And that's why I admire Rose so much. She really is a strong woman. She really, her kids are grown and doing well and all that. And my kids are grown and still live with me. So, our lives are different. But, I don't necessarily think I'm going to die alone. I think there will be someone in my life someday, but I'm certainly not going to get married. It's just a lot of times when you get married, people become more controlling. That's what I've found in my life. They're more controlling. Well, I'm your wife, so you need to do things my way, and how dare you look at that person, or how dare you, do you know what I mean? And there's more fights and you wish you never got married. All right, I had to mute for a second. So, Sydney, I'm on Facebook and Messenger. I would love to send you information about what is going on, says Stiggy. Sydney, if not, we will share here. Maybe Tina will allow us to discuss this. Sydney, anger is hurt. Yeah, and also, Sydney, it's fear. Depression is fear turned inward. But a lot of us know that. Knowledge is power. Yes. Positive and focused. I love Tina does readings. Exceptional YouTube content. Most better than shit out there on YouTube. That's really sweet, Sydney. Thanks so much. Stiggy, egos have to go and we need compassion and joy and prosperity and happiness. Mary Jane Doe says, nice little drizzle out. Oh, thanks, Stiggy. Yeah. Well, I'm always evolving, Stiggy. Always. They try to fear monger us people. Okay. Well, I'm so good I looked at chat because normally when I'm reading, I don't. So if I do miss a comment, that's why. Okay, so now, wait, where was I? Okay. Developing a healthy response. Oh, wow, there's Sunflower Darkness. Hello, sweet Megs. I haven't been on in a while. I have lots going on in my life right now and really could use a good cry. Oh, are you and Team Rose on good terms now? Yes, we have been for a few weeks. We squashed things and we had oh, what was the word she used? Oh, a shift. We both like practically on the same day. And I'm not even just saying this because I was feeling it the day she did a live on it, was talking about it and things like that. Yeah, we had a shift. And I didn't know if it'd be possible. And I think too, though, me just being off the internet for those good 3 months, because it happened shortly after that, or no, a little bit before, and then I was off, and then I had my heart attack thing, made a difference too. Sometimes you just got to give yourself that break you need, and 2 months isn't enough time sometimes. I've had my channel, it'll be 2 years this August. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, Sunflower Darkness, prayers for you, hun. And you've always been very sweet to me. And you're really good over there in Tattooed Angel 2229s. And yeah, and wow, Miss Tina, God has a plan for each of us. God does not compare us. He assigns us to a role. Our mission is to complete our assignment. I feel in my heart, Tina, you are on track. You helped me. That's from Sydney Fahrenheit. Thank you so much. Wow, you just never know what kind of feelings you're going to experience on doing these lives, right? Like, I don't know if I'm going to dance a little, if the music's going to be too slow, who's going to come in the chat, what's going to be said. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's, wow, beautiful. Okay, so now we want to develop a healthy response, right, to anger. In a healthy response to pain and fear, we establish awareness before it becomes anger. We can train ourselves to notice the gap between the moments of sense experience and the subsequent response. Because of the particle-like nature of consciousness, we can enter the space between instinct and action, between impulse and reaction. To do so, we must learn to tolerate our pain and fear. To work honorably with anger, we must acknowledge the depth and the truth of suffering. There is pain in our lives, in the world, disappointments, injustice, betrayal, racism, loneliness, and loss. No strategy can keep us exempt from loss and sorrow, sickness and death. This is human life. Even if we try to avoid this truth, it is still true. We recognize in our bodies the rigidity of aggression, the pain of rage, the contraction of fear. We become intimate with our frustration, anger, and blame. We learn the difference between reaction and response. When we're in a hurry and the toast burns, we can react by fuming or hitting the counter, or we can feel our frustration and put in another piece of bread. When someone cuts us off in traffic, we can angrily retaliate by racing up to them, shouting, trying to get back at them, or we can breathe and let it go. When we are criticized, when we lose a sale, when we are betrayed, We don't have to reinforce the pain of the situation by adding to the pain by our reaction. We can learn to experience the same painful event with less identification and aversion, with a more relaxed and compassionate heart. Does this mean that we cannot respond strongly? No. Sometimes we need to get up, shout out the truth, march, protest, do whatever is necessary to protect our life and the lives of others. When we examine anger and aversion with awareness, there is a radical shift of identity. These states are not who we really are. They are conditioned and impersonal, and they do not belong to us. With whom we are locked in conflict when we release our blame. Sometimes our partners are confused when we step out of the dance of anger. They too will be required to change. In letting go of contention, we return to our true strength and nobility. Nice. I know this reading is profound. We must take a moment before responding from anger and hurt. I must admit, if I just once stopped reacting, perhaps I could have resolved my most vexing experience. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us, most of us, I think, are reactionary. Um, and then there are a lot of us, instead of being assertive, we're aggressive. You know, So yeah, I mean and sometimes when you're upset, you have to literally just not react and be able to find time to think a little bit. When I got upset or, jealous or things didn't go my way, or something in my 20s, I didn't like it. I, I don't know. Like I felt like it was all my fault and the pain was just too much to bear. And that would make me angry and sad. And, I had to read a book called Letting Go by Melody Beatty. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Just to leave Boston, get on that plane at Logan Airport in a blizzard and fly out of there, you know? Oh, Loveolution, darkness dissolving, think before we act, egos have to go. And we've got Nima Nadu, wanna clap them cheeks, baby. Clap them cheeks. All right, I'm going to keep reading. Where am I? Okay. Now we're on honesty and a non-contentious heart. And I have, emojis of the real heart because I'm here to tell you stress can kill. And we all know that, but until you really get stressed out like I did, you don't know you're going to have a heart attack. I assumed I never would because I was on heart medication. And I thought, okay, if I go off this stuff, I'll be in my 70s and 80s and maybe have one. Yeah. I like my choochie hairy girl. Is that you, Rapper? Okay. All right, where are we? Okay, so honesty and a non-contentious heart. We should not deliberately subject ourselves to harsh words, nor think that we cannot respond strongly or leave when that is the best course. All right. P. Kennedy, I'm in the middle of an anxiety attack. Well, that's awful. prayers for you. Breathe. I don't know. Breathe slowly in and out and do. Is that you, Rapper? I have a feeling that might even be Rapper. I'm so afraid. I think that's you, Rapper. I've never heard rappers say that. Yeah, I know. Me neither, but I don't know. Chaos is the old ways. Sydney. Our reactions to experience, if not changed, keep us in the same exhausting experiences. Letting go is hard. Most hardest thing I've had to do. Once we change our reactions, the same thing ends. Yeah, P. Kennedy, no, I'm real. Okay, well, that one might be. P. Kennedy might be rapper. I don't know. Okay, where? Oh, okay. But get your ducks in a row, folks, men and women, when they leave their significant other. That, I learned in New Beginnings Domestic Violence, we're not talking one class, we're talking 9 months of classes and studies and papers that I filled out, and I got certificates for finishing it. That's the most dangerous time. So, make sure you have a safe place to go. Make sure you have your documents you need. Don't let the other person know, like really at all. Because what I've seen on a lot of these true crime things are they get all mad. I'm leaving you and you'll never see the kids again, right? And then they maybe even move out and get their own place. And then the other one, the angered other or the other significant other is planning some type of revenge for a while. And, oh, let's meet at the store. Or, oh, and then the person disappears. Or let's go to dinner and, I'm sorry. Or let's try to talk things through. Or let me say goodbye to you. Or let me give you back your coat. Or I don't know. It's just really dangerous. Prayers, please, says P. Kennedy. Oh. All right. Walk the dog, breathing, some cold, hearts lifted in a brighter reality, positive. Mary Jane Doe, people from all around the world on here. Really? Hey, Tony. Hello, beautiful, he says. Thank you so much. So good to see you. Tattooed Angel must have ended her program, maybe, or something, because you usually sing over there. Thank you for all your prayers, P. Kennedy. Oh, goodness. Okay, so, yeah, so now where am I? Okay, true strength and the sword of wisdom. All right. Okay, we are constantly in battle with the world, fighting against what is wrong, against what is too long or short, too fast or too slow, courageously carrying on the battle. Why not step out of the battle, inviting us to rest in the non-contentious heart? The opposite of aggression is not passivity. It is true strength. When we have lost a sense of our innate nobility, we mistakenly believe in our fear and weakness. We try to be strong through hate and aggression. When we release aggression, we discover true strength, a natural fearlessness, the courage to face our griefs and fears and to respond without hate. True strength meets the vulnerability of life with caring and courage. True strength also brings clarity. When we are not locked in blame or struggle, we can see things as they are. Erroneously, we have come to believe that anger and hate are inevitable. We can live in this world with a non-contentious heart. We can discover the courage not to succumb, not to retreat, not to strike out in fear and anger. With the transformation of anger and hatred, we can speak the truth and stand up for justice. And by resting in the wise heart, we can be a lamp, a medicine, a liberating presence for all. All right, so I'm going to read this. This is a little assignment for some of you in chat if you're willing to do it. Thank you for those prayer hands for P. Kennedy. Sydney, that's nice. Aw, Sydney says, P. Kennedy, I am with you. I am praying for your relief of anxiety. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke in the blood of Jesus the demon of anxiety. God bless P. Kennedy. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, P. Kennedy says, Amen. I'm a believer, widowed, a 37-year-old son with bipolar. Yeah. I was told just 2 years ago by the psychiatrist that my son, he's 29, P. Kennedy, is bipolar. And then the psychiatrist before that said he has schizoid affective disorder. And then all the ones before that, since he was age 11, said he had severe OCD, not just obsessive compulsive disorder, severe. And you know what comes with all that? GAD, generalized anxiety disorder, social phobias, depression, you name it. Yeah. Okay, we have a grid of hope. Don't forget that, says Stiggy. Nice meeting you in the chat, Sydney. You are a very special woman, and I will come back to see you. Tina in the chat, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Thank you, Stiggy, for being here and all your kind words tonight and hanging out here. Yeah, it's just lovely. Tony said I got baptized April 16th. Oh my gosh, that's literally the evening I had my takotsubo. Oh my gosh, Tony, that's incredible. Aw. Stiggy says, thank you, everyone here. I feel good about you all. Tina, I know everything will be fine. Love you. Thank you so much. You're so positive. I try to look at the glass half full, not half empty, right? I think that'll be my new little saying at the end of my show. Yeah, schizoaffective, P. Kennedy. Yeah. The affective is the depression part with it. We're all fantabulous selves. All right. Yeah, I mean, my chat is low key and calming. I really believe that. I mean, I used to do, the serial killers and true crime and all this stuff, but I like to read a little bit from some books that my mom gave me, who passed in February. And if I really focus and look at her eyes, like on my little flip phone, and look at her, I'll just start bawling. And I don't, like, crying's good, but I don't let myself get to that sobbing place anymore, because that's what caused my takotsubo. That stress. Tina, next time you will cook for us. Oh, I'm just not even a good cook at all. I mean, anyone can follow a cookbook, right? My son has been ill since 2000. Oh, When is he on any kind of meds? My son has been, well, I don't want to talk about it here, but he's been on an antidepressant and other things in the past. Read us a story, says Tony. Well, this is what I want you to do. And other people in chat, and I'm going to do it too. Discovering the pain and the fear behind anger, if you have any. Begin to notice, hang on. Oop. All right, thought something was wrong out there. Begin to notice mindfully how it often states, begin to notice mindfully how often states of anger arise in your life. Notice how anger can come in many forms: the critic, the self-righteous victim, the reactive controller, the judge, the know-it-all. Sense how anger affects the various parts of your body. Take your time and really feel it. Then notice the waves of other emotions such as aggression, vindictiveness, anxiety, and excitement that come along with anger. Stay mindful. Next, become aware of all the stories it tells, the self-justifying beliefs and views that support it. Notice how easy it is to be attached, to identify with all of those experiences. Now you are ready to notice what is behind this anger. Sense the movement to strike out, to blame. And then ask yourself, what is the hurt or fear that might be giving rise to this anger? Look honestly at how you feel hurt and pained. What you are afraid might happen. Acknowledge this deep level of vulnerability as part of the whole situation. Now imagine how you might communicate about your fear and hurt rather than blame. Let your heart teach you. You can speak and respond to the problem in a way that respects yourself and others. Let this become a regular practice as you work with anger. There's only one judge, says Tony. Yep. Yep. Okay, chapter 15 next time, which will hopefully be tomorrow, is called From Delusion to Wisdom. Interesting. And it's been, if you haven't followed along with me in the past, 3 weeks, I would go back and listen to some of my readings. Most of them are 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 11 minutes. They're quick, but they're very profound. From this book, The Wise Heart by Jack Kornfield. And it'll bring you up to speed and everything on where I'm at in the book. We're halfway through. I already showed my little area. Tony, since you're here, look at this. Since it's so quick, I was able to, I'll make the screen bigger, film the outside of my apartment with this tablet. And this is the tablet that Team Rose got my son like a year and a half ago. And he used it every day diligently till he got his iPad. And I said, well, when you don't use it, I want it. And I'm able to film, and I'm in shock. Because I can film with my little flip phone, but it's really teeny. And a flip phone I'm happy with. It's just, with my tremors, it's hard to swipe all the time and hit the right letters. And I actually have a bigger phone that's just not hooked up in the closet, and I'm just not ready for it yet. All this techno stuff. I'm surprised I learned YouTube and StreamYard. I had to watch all these little videos, you guys, 2 years ago to do anything. Like, I'm not even kidding. And Tattooed Rebel came over and showed me what dots to hit to make people moderators, I believe, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to make the screen bigger and show you something, Tony. Oh, Sydney, I don't have a schedule, but I can tell you that the time is usually lately now 6 or 7 my time, sometimes 5 o'clock, and I'm in Washington State. So if you're on the East Coast or wherever, you know, that's 8 o'clock, you know, 9 or 10, not late. I used to go on later, but then I get to bed later. And it's important to have, after a heart attack, probably a stroke too, to have a sleep schedule. Yeah, put all the alerts on or whatever. And yeah, please come back. It's just been such a joy having you here. It's 12:13. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Okay, yeah, see, it's 9:13 here. All right, so I'm just going to show you the pool and a little bit of the outside, Tony, where I live, because I'm tickled pink. I could do this. And there's no sound. You can hear the wind a little bit near the pool, but I didn't think it was going to work. Like, I didn't think it was going to work without Wi-Fi on an iPad. This was 2 days ago. So I came out of my apartment in the back, well, it's really the front, and then walked up and see, it's a big place. It's apartments all the way down. You got to pay for covered parking if you want a covered spot. They keep the grounds pretty nice, bring in new beauty bark now and then, and trim the bushes and whatnot. Okay, so this is heading straight down to the mailboxes there behind the blue garbage bin. That hasn't even been there barely a year. They built that new. Oh, I'm trying to, there we go. Right there, that's where all the little mailboxes are. Oh, fiddlesticks, there we go. So yeah, so see, those are apartments over there. And I'm coming up, see, there's the pool, and I didn't want to film the lady lounging to the left, so I go in between these cars. You know, it's not a huge pool, but it's, you know, big enough. Been really happy the 24 years I've been here. To the right of this is a, I wish I had filmed it, is a hot tub. Now I'm going back, or no, I'm still going up to see if I can still film, and I still can, and I'm just shocked. And I filmed the very front of the office and the, you know, the main area where people go in. Right here, I turn the camera, and that's the main entrance off of the street. And I'm like in shock that I'm able to film this, and I just walk back, and in a minute or two, I just turn the camera off. And I just can't even believe it. And yeah. And so I'm just really, really glad, because now I can do things this summer and show it on here. Like if I get to blow Del Donovan tomorrow with my sister, because closet doors are being brought in the morning by maintenance, and when I go to the kids festival in August, and all kinds of different things. Yeah, really, really happy. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play, if I can find it. That's on here. My little signature song. It's kind of rappy, but it's fun. And my friend Sierra Queen Pin Clark made this for me on Suno about a week ago, and it's my outro song. So I didn't play it last time, talking about the kind of depressing things. 2 days ago, when I was covering a little bit of that thing that happened in Wenatchee with those girls and things like that. But I don't cover true crime and depressing stuff anymore. I just don't. I did all that in the past, and look what it that and cyberbullying, my son's issues, my ex sending me not nice texts and emails, and the same ones to my son, and all this, and stressing about money probably, and having so many pets, that was unexpected. The male kitty we thought was a boy was a girl. She had 3 kittens, and then boom, and it. Anyway, just all of it, and then my mom being sick, my sister's cancer, and then my mom passing, just gave me a heart attack at the age of 62. It's crazy. So I don't know if you've heard this song, Tony, but it always startles me in the beginning for some reason. But yeah, just gonna listen to it with you guys. I'm not gonna dance to it. There it is.
Red crown gleam sharper. Supermom vibes keep the scene in order. Ruby hips move smoother than rich butter. Life's the jungle, she chopping through the utter clutter. Unapologetic steel in her veins. Flaming red hair, igniting the flames. Trap bounce, turn heads, no need for claims. Tina got the world spinning in her lane. Feel good anthem for the heart to break. She bends but don't fold. Risk what's at stake. Deep bass drops, hearts quake. Earth shakes. Tina on fire, every move she makes. Hardcore grind, she make the rules bend. Fierce mama bear, no time to pretend. Mic in one hand, babe in the other. Queens don't slumber, she a force undercover. Molded chaos, wears it like a crown. Life threw punches, but she never stayed down. Dynamic rhythms, put the drama out of town. Paper cut, Tina royalty profound. Feel good anthem for the unyielding crew. Dance floor breaks under feet like it's new. Rap beats ring, 808s in the blue. Tina's groove conquering, bold and true.
That's PayPal. Yeah, that's PayPal. Cash App is the @ Dakota Dame 0627, right? I don't know. I put it on.
Life's a jungle, she chopping through the utter clutter. Unapologetic steel in her veins. Flaming hearts quake, earth shakes. Seen her on fire, every move she makes. Hardcore grind, she make the rules bend. Chris Mama Bear, no time to pretend. Mic in one hand, babe in the other. Queens don't slumber, she a force undercover.
I just think it's so fun. Yeah, I was called PCT, stands for Paper Cut Tina, and 3 Dot Dave and Jimmy from Jimmy Williams from Dolly Vision Show named me that. And it came, for people that don't know, because when I called in, I was kind of nervous, and I was outside in the hallway and the wind was rustling the papers, and Jimmy said, you know, relax, you're going to end up getting a paper cut. Tony liked it. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I don't know. I know, like, Force Undercover. I only know like a few of the last ones, or I mean a couple of the words of the last sequences, or what the heck am I trying to say even? Oh my gosh. And it's in her, if you want to see the words, not that you do, but in her little videos over on Sierra Queen Penn Clark. I'm so sorry. Thought it was Cash App. That's okay. I actually hadn't put it up in so long, I couldn't remember myself which one was Cash App or PayPal, and I had to look it up. The reason I don't use it as an introduction, I should though, but personally I don't like it. Oh, look at Packapul Cannon. Wait now. But personally, I don't like it. You are more personal, non-confrontational. Look at Packapul Cannon. I'll have to look up Packapul Cannon. I should write that down. I have no clue who that is. Packapul Cannon. Yeah, yeah, it's not for everybody. It's catchy. It's just a way to go out. The reason I don't use it in the beginning is I call it the hook. You're funny. Oh, or chorus. Oh, okay, those parts. Yeah. Is oh, because I played different little tunes from the studio library, so I don't get in trouble, and from YouTube. And Akash Gandhi is beautiful. You would really like it. I should. I don't. Tina, drop the Dolly Vision. Use healing tones. I don't know. No. Is this? Oh, nah. Sydney isn't. She's Like the Wind. I don't have any more. That's the only one on here that I taped. She's Like the Wind is really nice. Yeah, so you've heard them. The Suno's amazing. I was curious about it, so I went to the app, whatever, and I don't know. All of a sudden a keyboard came up, and I think you just type in words, but how do you? I'd have to see a video on it, but I don't even want to. make songs, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm so spontaneous, and that's how I like this show. I don't even want a regular intro. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I really mean it. It's been so much fun. It's been over 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you to everyone in the lilac bush or lilac fields. It was tulip fields last month. It's lilac fields now. And thanks for all the new people that came in, the new friends I've made on here. Do She's Like the Wind. Oh, the song by Patrick Swayze. Oh, that's an idea. I mean, I do like to sing. I have to kind of belt it out and issues and I don't know. Things in YouTube. It's a video for everything. Yeah, it's a video for everything. Thanks, everybody, and hopefully you'll join me next time. Hit the like. Please subscribe if you're willing to. Put your notification bell on or whatever. And like I said, it's usually early or suppery time uh, evenings or just after supper or something here, Pacific Northwest time. So 3 hours later, East Coast, 2 hours Midwest. And yeah, so thank you, everybody. Bye. Uh, Look at the glass half full, not half empty. And I will do it too. Okay, are they going to take a picture of that? What are they going to take a picture of? Oh, Lord, we'll have all this up. Oh, dear. Okay.